Hey everybody, Doug here with another trailer construction update. It's only been a week since the last one, but I've made quite a bit of progress this week. I had a good weekend. I've had a couple of good days to actually work on this thing. So without further ado, I'm just turn the camera around and show you what we've got going on. So now have the camera will focus the back equipment rack and storage shelves. So essentially, this is where equipment's going to be stored in transit on the right 2/3 there, and then this left third is going to be the equipment rack where the equipment that powers the trailer will actually live. That's divided into several sections. So this is permanently mounted equipment up top, 18 spaces, rack spaces, which will be pretty much completely full. I've only got 16 spaces in here right now. I've got new rails coming for the total of 18. So that'll get installed later this week. And then you can see here, just as an example, I've got the Smart Video Hub 40x40 installed, just showing that the rack does hold that standard 19-inch equipment. And then below that, it's actually going to be where my main switcher is. And you guys have seen that switcher on my other videos numerous times. So that's just going to slide in from the back and be removable. So I felt it was pretty important to actually have a lot of this equipment be removable. So if I get to a facility where using a trailer for production just is not an option or it's impractical, I can pull out the necessary pieces and use them inside. That way I'm not having to buy 2 switchers, a whole slew of recorders, etc., etc. I just use the ones that are in the trailer and then make them removable. So the main equipment rack goes there. Down below it is my communication rack. That is the actual unit that will live there. And then on the bottom is going to be instant replay and play out. As far as the rest of this rack, this middle section is going to be hidden behind a door, so I'll be able to close that off, a locking door, so that things can't come flying into the passenger compartment during transit. And then the right third, it's actually a little more than a third, it's going to be walled off, and so that will not be accessible from inside. But one thing I have done here is I put a power outlet back behind there, so if I need to start putting audio equipment, if you keep in mind that the audio booth is just in front of that, it may be necessary to put audio equipment there. So just in case that is a possibility, I ran power there. And the other thing that I've done here is this middle section, it's also 19 inches wide. And so if I find that in the future having the one section of for rack equipment is not enough, I can expand over into the middle section. And I've already got these boards in here that are exactly 19 inches apart and ready to go for rack rails should the need arise. So as you notice, there's also lights on the shelves. So when those double doors back there in the back, those will be used for loading and unloading equipment, and also when I need to rewire things, I can just flip a switch in the back and turn on the lights. These are just LED light strips underneath each one of the shelves. They do a really good job of illuminating the shelving area, so I'm pretty impressed with that. It worked out pretty well. Let's see. One of the viewer suggestions from a while ago was to make sure that the equipment was shock mounted, so that driving down the road there's no damage. And so I did do that. This rack is mounted on rubber isolators, so to absorb any vibration. I still need to attach something up top so it doesn't move around quite that much, but that'll happen soon enough. And then that will protect the equipment from vibration while driving down the road. So I have not had any chance to work on the front of the trailer. I've been too busy with other things, but the next thing to happen there is going to be the main front wall for the monitors and the technical director and other seating position. So that'll be one of my next projects. And then once I've got that done, then I can actually focus on finishing this wall and starting to build the desks. And once the desks are in, then I can actually put in the carpet. I don't know if I've mentioned that it's going to be carpet on both the floor and the walls for sound deadening, for temperature purposes and just for a nice aesthetic. So anyway, this should look nice when it's all done. Still working on the color scheme, sort of leaning towards like a dark charcoal gray for the floor, and then a gray or a steel blue for the walls. Not 100% on either one of those, but that's kind of the way I'm leaning. So if there's any interior designers out there that have suggestions, be sure and leave them down in the comments down below. But anyway, so that's where we stand as of, today's what, 26th? Yeah, September 26th. That's where we're at. I did have a leak in the roof I had to deal with this weekend, but that seems to be all fixed now. But other than that, things are moving along. So be sure to like and subscribe so you can be notified whenever there's additional videos in this series, additional updates on the trailer construction. And if you have questions or comments, be sure and leave them below. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day.